Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Pam, pam. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning. Welcome in this nice Sunday. And today I want to look a bit at the Draken Plane. The Draken Plane is basically the connection from the home worlds to the land where the players are actually playing. And there are some issues with it. The main issue being that the Draken Plane is in a very bad location. I mean, I was not aware of this, but basically, when something like an object or a character doesn't really get proper coordinates, gets sent to 000, right? And also, when you load into the game, as a default, Unreal Engine is putting the camera to 000. I tried different techniques to actually avoid that, so to have the camera actually have a position before the level is loaded, but it's not working. At least I couldn't manage to do it. So, and unfortunately, our Draken Plane is sitting in 000. And basically what this means is that there are items that are popping up randomly, or characters that are popping up randomly in the Draken Plane just because it's positioned the way it is, right? The place where it is. So we have to move it. First of all, we have to move it. And I think that this is the first thing I'm gonna do. So I want to move it to another place. And secondly, I would like to revive a bit the discussion on how to change it. So I did some reasoning some time ago, and also we have a document, we have this picture. There is a document that we created together some time ago. With some ideas, right? And yeah, I would like to revisit that, right? I would like to revisit that. I mean, if we can streamline a bit, the game start is always good. But let me check one thing first. If we have the Draken Plane map, if we have the Draken Plane map, no. Yes. Okay, we have it. So I think we can just start the editor normally and go with that. And by the way, guys, I'm trying to reach 900 followers, so if you want to follow, that would be nice. So yeah, so to move, I think that to move the level, it should not be too much of a pain, because I think Unreal Engine is calculating the boundaries of the level automatically based on the object that it contains. So basically, if I move it, the world composition I think would just follow, right? So I don't think I have anything special to do apart from just moving the content. Then we will have a few other things to do, like so let me load the Draken Plane 1 second, and let's see where it is. It is there. It is there. It is actually yeah, south of the. Now I think we will go significantly far away, right? I really don't want this to be overlapping with anything, right? Now, the problem I have, I think, is that if I open the world composition, the world composition will show me only, for example, yeah, we have to avoid touching the caves. And we have the guild houses as well, right? So we should not mess up with the guild houses. We should not mess up with the caves. And what is this? And this is the podium. So my idea at this point is if we position it kind of here, right? Because we also have the generated dungeons, right? We also have the generated dungeons. The generated dungeons... I don't know where is that. Generated dungeon seems to be here. Let me see. Generated dungeon owner. Generated dungeon owner. Yeah, which by the way is kind of close, right, to the... It is the dungeon owner object. It's kind of close to this. I think if we move it... southeast, right, we should not catch anything. But I would like to put it actually quite far away, right? So I want that this is not loaded in any way together with the standard game. So I think it should be here. Now I don't remember how much space we have for the guild house generation, but anyway, if this is minus 300, that is minus 300, 344. 139. But anyway, we absolutely have to move it from here. You know what I can do? I can bring back the map, even if that is not showing the generated dungeon, I guess. But we can go and check it. I just have to be sure that I don't move it in another stupid position, right? So that then the... yeah, fix my face. That then it collides with even more stuff, right? So that we would like to avoid. Now the only problem of moving it is then, if then you are a player and you are teleported in 000 for whatever reason, you will end in nothingness. But I think it's better if you end in nothingness than if you end in the Draken Plane, right? So I think all in all, I think I prefer that. Okay, so let me teleport to the dungeon 1 second and see where it is, right? Teleport location. Generated dungeon entrance. Temp location. No, dungeon entrance is this. So the dungeon entrance is... The dungeon entrance is here, right? So we are at 528, 250,000. 528. It's a pity that it doesn't give you a indication of where you are. Well, I mean, you are here, but I cannot really move. But yeah, it seems that 250. So this dungeon object, yeah, 250,000. So in theory, okay, we are expanding to the right, but the maximum, I think the maximum size really is about 100 or 200 meters, right? So I think if we place it here at, you know, 2 kilometers away. We should not. And the caves are here, right? The caves are here. So we will not hit anything. And it will be loaded completely separately. So now the question is, how do I move a wall level, right? Because basically, well, we have it organized by directories. The only thing that we have to check if this is really done properly. So we will unload everything. And we will, no, we will load only the Draken plane. We will load only the Draken plane. And I want to see, you see there is something outside. So there is a portal entrance that is actually outside. And there is a trigger that is actually outside. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna move these two things inside this directory. So now everything is inside the Draken plane directory, right? And we're gonna save this. Yeah, it will trigger the checkout, but it's okay. And then I think I'm gonna move this. Now, can I move it? Can I move it from here, or should I move it? Well, if I go top perspective, yeah, it's very hard to see anything down. This thing is also rotated. I see. Yeah, but I think I can move everything like this. Yes, probably it's the easiest. Let me see, 895, 9511. So we are at 95 meters and 9 meters here from the center. Okay. Well, my idea is just to select everything, right? I think it's the best way. We just select everything, right? And now, can something break? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. We don't see. I'm thinking how to do it, right? I'm thinking how to do it because we have to move it right and down. I think we can start to move it like 2 kilometers to the right and 2 kilometers down. And that would already be, I think, a good position. Right? Now, how can I move it 2 kilometers to the right all together? Unfortunately, we have multiple values, so I cannot just put a value here in location, right? So I think I have to drag it. And it is at the moment 10. You can see this is 10 kilometers, right? So if so there is now 10 kilometers. So if I want to go like 2 kilometers to the right, I can just take this and do something like that. And probably I went like 5 already, right? I went like 5 kilometers. Maybe I went too much. But from here to here, if this is 10 kilometers, yes. And then I go like 2 or 3 kilometers down. I think, you know what? I think I would like to push it a bit more even. So it is really far away. Now, I don't know why I still have my pointer there, right? It's like if there is something that didn't move. That is a bit annoying. I don't know what didn't move, but it seems that something, which is not this. Maybe the level bounds? No. It's not this, it's not this. It's not this. It's not this. No idea. Now it seems that everything is, but if when I select everything, I get my cursor there, right? So what is the difference of selecting everything this way and selecting everything this way? Seems it's selecting something more when you Control A. Is there something hidden? I don't know. If I Control A here, I get my cursor there. If I Control A here, I get my cursor there. Okay, anyway, I don't care. I think we moved it enough. Now, in theory, now all the positions are the same as before, right? So there should be no difference. Obviously, the teleport that we will do must be changed, right? That's a given. Yeah. And these things, I don't remember what they are. They are the Aurora effects, right? Okay, so let me try to save it this way. Anyway, we have a copy in Subversion in case, right? So if now I open again, the main map, right? And I load my Draken plane. And I go to war composition, right? And I look at where it is. I mean, definitely moved. Yes, he moved. He moved. The coordinates, we can see them at, okay, we can see them at the bottom left, by the way. We can see the coordinates there. Here we are at 3 kilometers, right? 3 kilometers south. And 4 kilometers, yeah, so I think we are very far away from basically everything. And I really think that this automatic generation will not be a problem. Now, the kind of issue is that our sector, right? Our sector will obviously change. So our definition of when you are inside the Draken plane will change, but we can readapt it. And also our initial teleport will be wrong, but we can readapt that as well. So Draken plane, right? Draken plane. Draken plane is made of two things. The death coordinates, right? Well, three things then. The death coordinates, the safe location, and the sector coordinates. So we have to change all of that. So let me open up my update Unreal schema, right? And here we say move of Draken plane. Move of Draken plane. So this thing will be moved. There. And now we have very different extents, right? So we have 204,000 by 395 or 25. I mean, it's pretty much the same. 204 395 204 and the bottom right corner, which is 402, let's say 402 594. Okay, so this is basically the extent of the level, right? Top left, bottom right. And now we need to select a new safe location, because and I think that I don't remember if there is a player start, right? Yeah, there is a player start actually. There is a player start. Yes, the player start is here, so we can take exactly the position of the player start, right? Which is this location. So we can put it in our safe location. Oops. And the height didn't change, so it's 172. Okay, and we also have to put the same in our death coordinates, because this is when you die inside the Draken plane. We want to teleport you back exactly in the same location. Okay, so I think that here I am fine. And this is the update, so we just copy this update and we put it in our log so that we can redo it when we do it in production, right? And then we have to be sure that the initial teleport, I don't know if the initial teleport is through a script. I will search it. Request teleport from Draken plane to game world. Get that sector coordinates. Yeah, I don't see anything hard-coded here. If we decided to skip the Draken plane, let's skip it and teleport the player to the labyrinths. Are coded. Ah, yeah, that is the skip into the labyrinths. Yeah. Okay, but in theory there is no other hard-coded location. So I think that we have some hard-coded locations in the scripts. So there are some scripts that are teleporting you to the Draken plane. Let me see if there is anything called Draken. Not. Yeah, but the character creation for sure is when there is the warp portal, right? When there is the warp portal. And there is the warp portal. How is that working? I don't remember. Anyway, the location seems to be okay now. So I think we can save it. I'm just looking at when we have the... When we have... I think we can go back to perspective, otherwise it's too hard to understand what is going on. Yeah, so when we do the warp, right, that is the warp thingy. We have definitely a warp camera. We have a warp camera and we have a warp portal. Okay. Because I don't remember if we decide the location by looking at the sector or how we do it, right? So I don't remember. Warp portal. Show warp portal. Exactly. Show warp portal. Remove from parent. So show warp portal is switching the camera to the warp portal. Is enabling the input. You should play a sound, but it's not doing it. Then there is a delay of 5 seconds, and then there is a character creation upload. Yeah, exactly. The character creation upload is uploading to the DB, and is calling this function. And at that point is when we teleport you to the Draken plane, right? Which was actually the skip that we have seen, right? Which was actually the skip, because this is where exactly. So if we skip the Draken, we go here, but if we don't skip the Draken, then get starting location. This is where the player will be teleported by entering the water. It's defined by respawn table at the moment point to the Draken plane for all. Range is unused. So where did you get this stuff? Get starting location. Ah, because we have it in the races. Okay, so in the race table, yeah, it's in the database, so it's a bit easier to change. So basically here there should be the starting location, or is in spawn points. There's no here, so I think it should be in race spawns then. Did I say race spawn, or what did I say? Yeah, race spawns actually. Race spawns table. Yeah, exactly. So we need to do an update of this table. So we need to do an update. Race spawns set x equal to y equal to z equal to, and I think it will be for everyone, right? Yeah, it will be for everyone. So we will use the same coordinates. So these are the starting coordinates, assuming that they are correct. Are these integers or are these strings? They are floats, yeah, so we can put the number like that. Okay, so if we update race spawn for everyone, and obviously we will have to test it because maybe broken. If this breaks, you know, unsafe query, yeah, can you run it anyway, please? Okay, executed. I will run it also in my dummy database so that okay, so now basically all the races will actually start there, and in theory the Draken plane is moved. Now all the triggers, doors and everything else should work exactly the same, right? Should work exactly the same, because we have that probably we're gonna change anyway, but yeah. Okay, so that I think is a good change. We can test it a bit just to be sure that we didn't break everything. I think we can test it with the dummy data. Well, we can also test it with the real data. It's the same. Let's say we don't need any NPC. We don't need any quest. We don't need any random events, right? We don't need anything. Okay, so we can launch it this way. Let me just see that we saved. Yeah, we saved everything. Okay. Okay, guys. Hello, Funner. Hey. How are you? So I think we will create a new character.
Here the story begins. Someone special was born, far away from where his mission would be accomplished.
And
The charming and mischievous Diaboli are native to Hrtene, a black world enveloped in dark clouds where magic runs rampant and with constant lighting producing dim light. Volcanoes dominate the landscape, filling the air with clouds of smoke and poisoning. Incredibly enough, those planets had something in common. Elders of each spoke of their zodiacs.
so we want to see if we land in the right place.
Revealing
And we want to see if the Draken plane works, right? Obviously, we didn't. Why? What is the current position? Is 199 minus 9448. Because if I skip, I go into the caves. Stupid me. True. Very, very true. Okay, I did something stupid. So, yeah, if I skip, we don't go to the Draken plane, right? We go directly into the caves, which are in the bronze doors level that I don't have loaded. So. Pum 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 pum. Pum 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 pum. Maybe let me delete that character though, so we don't leave 100 characters behind. Boom. So we have to avoid skipping.
Someone special was
So I will create a Cran, which is probably the quickest race.
native to Elycum, a large underground cave located beneath the unexplored planet's surface. The Kran were created by the god Talad as a sentient mineral race. Their large, strong, and rocky appearance conceals their deeply good and naive nature. They believe in the common good for their simply structured but evolved society. They help outsiders who explicitly request them. Unique in their physique. Incredibly enough, those planets had something in common.
Okay, so we will not skip anything, right? So we will just go. So we will go through the wall character creation, to the wall set of screens, right? And see if we land in the Draken plane. Hopefully we will, and then we will test just if it works normally. Now after that. After that, I was willing to take a serious look again, another serious look at the Draken plane, right? And if we can change it, and I created a picture, right, of how it could be. Now, what we decided the last time is that we wanted to have a bit more to explore, but also, so we wanted to have more interactivity, basically, right? We wanted to have more interactivity. And not just a maze, you know, not just a maze running around, right? We wanted to have something that is less of a maze, less of a puzzle, and more of an exploration. So this is what we said, right? Because if you remember here, we did an analysis. This was like a few months ago. We did an analysis of the current status of this, and we said what is good, what is bad, right? And we said what is good, the fact that it looks a bit magical, there is a weird place, and anyway, from the story point of view, is the perfect bridge between the home worlds and the new world, right? So what we said that is not good, we said that is, so yes and no actually is like good and bad, right? We said there is not enough exploration. It feels like some housemates, right? So there is this sense of urgency that at the end we think that is kind of a mistake. So that the urgency, we should remove this urgency and these timers and these things, right? And the fact that the puzzle is a bit annoying, so there is too much running. So there is too much running for too little gameplay, right? And also there is only one NPC, and this NPC speaks you only at the beginning, but you have no sense to speak with him later on, right? So that's another problem. The graphics definitely are a bit too simple, right? So it's is missing maybe some fog, some magic, some stuff. Let me see where we ended up meanwhile.
This does not but you just it is nothing good. To put it simply, you will cease to exist.
So we landed in the right place at least, right? So we are, so it seems that this thing works. Let me try to fall down and see what, I mean, in theory you cannot fall down, but I can cheat. And now I'm falling down. I want to see when I fall down here if I'm getting properly teleported in the starting spawn point. Yeah, I am. Okay. Okay, good. That is all pretty good. Okay, so what we discussed about adding, and I don't know if I already did a test with this or not. I don't remember actually if we did a test. Let me search it, because I think I can re-export the wall level and into a temporary project, and we can modify it, because modifying it inside of our game is too hard, right? It's really too hard. Well, I mean, depends if you want to navigate or not. Well, maybe it's not. I mean, we cannot play the level, but we can. No, I think the idea was to test the cinematic. If we want to have a bit of cinematic, because it would be nice. Yeah, basically this thing. Basically this thing. I think it would be nice to have also the voice, to have also a voice of the voice of the enemy, right? The voice, I mean, like an evil voice or something that is saying, where do you think you are going, right? Like, where do you think you're going? And I think it would be nice if all of this is with the war portal background. That could be a good idea. So if I have the war portal, right? Yeah, because we have real time off, and we have lights off. Reality is like this, right? Could it actually stop for a second, or not? Or stopping will look like weird. Yeah, I think it will look a bit weird if he stops. I'm thinking if we can move the character here somehow, and to have like an explosion. The problem is that we request the character, but the character in theory cannot fly because he's a player, right? Well, we could apply maybe a gravity thingy, or because I mean, if I put the player here, he will just fall down. He will absolutely fall down. So I will have to put it here, or floating, or because this is actually is the real character, right? I think I will have to test this a bit in a separate project. I'm thinking about a sequence, right? So you finish that home world, you see your people entering through a portal, and I don't think it's clear enough though. I don't think it's clear enough that you are actually entering through the portal. I think we need a phrase like you like many of your kin, or you like many of your race decided to enter the portal as well, right? Exactly. And I think this should be said while we have the portal running, because in the history, in the onward history, I don't think we are ever saying this, right? We are never saying this. So we just say yeah, but I think we should. I think we can introduce the main evil character. I think we should actually. I think it would be good to do it. I think it would be good to do it. The only problem I have is let me just check one thing. Let me just check one thing. Data, audio. So we have the homeworld text, right? so the last phrase of the last phrase yeah, exactly. The last phrase is still speaking about your people. It's not speaking specifically about you, right? Yeah. Let me see if I can get the guy that did the voiceover for the narrator. It will not be super easy to catch him, but I think that I mean, I spoke with him not too long ago. I spoke with him not too long ago. Let me find him, huh? If I can. I remember the name first of all. It was Cat something. There it is. I found it. So I think that the changes that I want to do is, let me think about it. So changes needed. So let's say after the on-world screens, right? You get into the warp sequence, right? And there, the narrator voice should the narrator voice should say this, right? Should say you, like many others of your race, decided to cross the portal and follow your fate. Something like that. So I think I need this. I need this, right? I need this, and then we have the sequence of the, so, and that is said in the warp, right? In the warp sequence. Now, it will be great if we could see in the warp sequence your character actually falling down. The problem is that I mean, falling down meaning getting dragged away, right? Getting dragged away. I don't know if it look okay or if it look weird. But my idea would be, so if I have the character, right, that now is very dark for reasons, but the question is, if we have the character in the warp view, if we have the character right? If we have the character in the one now, this character is super dark, but and obviously I will never be able to to isolate him properly. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. So if you have your character not yet modified, now that is modified. This is the skin, right? This is the skin, super dark, because the skin has been changed. But nah, this will never work. But fine. It's just to say, right? It's okay. This will never work. But fine. So if we say that you have your character here, maybe smaller than that, like in the distance, right? And your character is is like getting sucked in, right? So it's like flying. I don't know if the flying animation is good or not. This one probably not. I think we need something where he's really struggling, he's really falling down, like he's waving his hands or something, right? I mean, we will have a bit of rotation, so we can show him at different angles. Also, we can show him like rotating like this, right? Maybe he may rotate, and but it would be nice if he has his hands up, right? Do we have do you think we have a fall down animation on Mixamo that we can use? Oh my god, he already answered. GG. He already answered, bro. Holy shit. He already answered with a line. With a voice line. Yeah, that's efficiency, bro.
You, like many others of your race, decided to cross the portal and follow your fate.
Yeah, that's efficiency, bro. Holy moly. He already sent me the line. Can you believe it? I messaged him and he already sent me the line like a second after. Fantastic. We didn't have now, okay, sorry, I got distracted a second. But yeah, we have the voice line, so we can put it in the Draken plane, which is nice. I just don't know if his voice sounds the same as he was sounding 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but
you, like many others of your race, decided to cross the portal and follow your fate.
I think it's good. I think it's good. Do we have a fall animation? Wow, this one is very nice. That is basically flying, right? So if we use this, and we just rotate the character, I think maybe okay. I would prefer the legs to be a bit because it looks like it's going down with a parachute. I mean, it's going down like, right, but I think it's not bad. I think it's not bad. I think it's not bad. I think this one is not bad. Otherwise, we can search. We can search flying, maybe. Let me search flying or fly. Fly, there is this one. But this one is really not the way we want. Where is it? This one. Yeah, no. I think the other one is okay. I would have preferred the legs to be slightly closer, but it's fine. Maybe we can change it with the overdrive. There is an overdrive setting. There is an overdrive setting, which is this one, that maybe can do something. No, but there is character arm space. Wait. It's not really doing anything. Not really doing anything. No, actually it is, because it's the hands. If I do 92, you see the hands are way higher. If I put it down, yeah, the hands are way lower. So I think it's not bad. Flail, what does flail do? Flail is the amount of rotation. It's not bad actually. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. So we can, yeah, we can leave the hands a bit lower like this and not high. Yeah, exactly. We can leave the hands lower, which I think is great. And to have a bit of flail. I don't know this overdrive. I cannot really understand. It's probably slower. With the lower overdrive, seems to be slower. Yes, and with a higher overdrive, it's moving faster. Yeah. Exactly. The body angle. What is the body angle? Body angle. If it's just more inclined or not, but we don't care about this one. I think we have we can do it this way. I think this way is okay. So I think this way is very good. Actually, I think that is very good. Very good. I think it's exactly the way I want it to have. I think it's very good. So we can have your character like fall down into the warp, right? And we can maybe even make it small, going, yeah, like falling slowly and becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. Now the problem is that we have a camera that is very this may be the problem, right? That the camera that we have is kind of already deep into the warp. So I don't know what happens if I take a character and I put it here. I think I will have to scale it down in terms of size. Otherwise the character will look giant, right? Will look really big. Yeah, but I think we can do something like that. The only problem is that I have to completely disable physics on the character. So I have basically to teleport the character here, to show the character here. I have to disable physics. And I have to have, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me just see one thing. If we have to upload it to Mixamo, I don't remember anything about Mixamo, but I think we were using the importing a Mixamo animation. Did we update this or we never updated it? I think we never updated it. Huh? 2021, GG. GG. Ah, but there is an old way and a new way. Okay. But the new way is already like 4 years old, so SK mannequin for Mixamo. SK mannequin. SK what? F my program. Mixamo converter. I don't know if I have this. I don't know if I have this or not anymore. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. Because I think I deleted. Because it is still saying to upload this, but let me try without and see what happens. Download without skin, 30 frames per second. So this will be 3D. Where do we put it? It's the same. Because anyway, we're going to import it. We can put it here. Falling. Okay, so if now I try to add this, let me see what happens, huh? If I try to import my character, because you know that was like long time ago, and now we move to Unreal Engine 5 and things are getting better, so maybe we can, you know, maybe we can do it without without any trouble. Hopefully. Let me try to import this. And we will import it on the standard EU mannequin, right? Because I think if we import it on our mannequin, it will just not work. So we will go with a U4 mannequin skeleton. And we see what happens. It doesn't work. Mesh contains the root bone as a root, but yeah, I think if you don't upload something, probably it doesn't match the. I mean, we can upload then. Yeah, if we don't upload a character, probably it doesn't match. The problem is that this character is very old, and I don't know if he's still compatible with our new character. I can try. I think it is the standard Unreal Engine character. Yeah. Okay. I try to download it this way. Okay, so if we do it again, now that's the, just wait a second, because that's the, click on the log, choose format FBX, put in Mixamo converter, initial directory, run the converter, get result, complete directory, import in Unreal using mannequin skeleton. So we need to first go through the converter, somehow. The converter is where? The converter is here. Okay. Incoming. Okay. Okay. I'm doing that. So we'll put it under incoming. It was about 2 years ago, the last version we used. Jesus. So conversion disabled because a better version is available. Oh my god. Jesus. These guys have the tendency to create screens that are super confusing. Mixamo converter. Okay. Do you see a button to download or exclusive software free, exclusively available on the launcher? Oh my god. Why they did this? Why? They created a launcher to launch the other program pretty much. Okay, fine. Fine. They want to maybe, you know, send you more advertising. So that is Mixamo converter launcher, right? We'll extract it here. Okay, now let's see what happens if I, so this program basically cannot be used anymore. So let me see what happens now if I launch this. I'm launching it. It's saying that it is an update, and is updating it somehow. Okay, I think he updated it. It's freaking vendors, bro. Okay, now enter on the website by accepting advertising cookies. I don't know if I want advertising cookies, but make some more converter Unreal Engine. Yeah, it's this guy, right? Download. Okay, so what happens now? 19 megabytes, unzip. It's putting it inside inside another directory. Okay. So now I need to move my incoming FBX. Okay, I did that. Enter the conversion process. Choose a character. Unreal Engine mannequin. User mouse skeleton download animation on Mixamo.com. No, we have our character already. Convert the animation. Open the folder with the original animation. Set the name converted animation. Click here to convert the animations. Fail to convert the following animation. Fail to recover the error. You can copy the error message, create a thread on the channel support on Discord. Jesus. Selection suggested by the community, don't use the path with symbol. I don't have path with symbol. SK mannequin. I mean, we can upload, yeah. Okay, let me try. Let me try to upload this file, which is what they have it in the... It is the character that they have in their conversion program. I think this animation is very nice. If we can actually import it, would be great. But don't know if we can. There are a bit of conversion issues in the in between, right? Unfortunately, working with free programs and things like that is always a bit of a pain. But, I mean, here it seems to work, right? So we arrive here to the point where this character is actually good. Without skin, no frame reduction, right? I can save it directly where I have to save it, which is here. Okay. How do I refresh this thing? Custom root motion. You can put in a custom root motion if you want. Ah, it did it with that mannequin. With that mannequin, it seems that it did it. Okay. With that mannequin, it looks like he did it, my boys. Let's see if it's true or not. Falling down. So now here the skeleton is obviously not our skeleton, right? So this skeleton is a different one. So I don't think I can just say... U4 mannequin skeleton. I don't think it will work this way. Well, let's see. It actually worked. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very, very nice. Okay, so now the problem is to move it from here. Let me update this page 1 second. Let me edit this. This will be, this was one way, a new way 1021, right? This was the old way before 2021, and now we create a new way 2025, right? So that we have it recorded. So the new way 2025 is that we downloaded the Mixamo converter again from the same. Was this in the same place or not? Well, I don't know. Yeah, but it's easy, right? So yeah, which is basically the same. But we didn't download the converter, we downloaded the launcher, right? We downloaded the whatever is named, the Terribili Studio launcher. So we downloaded that from here. Yeah, and then we installed the Mixamo converter from within the launcher, right? From within the launcher. Then we uploaded to Mixamo the skeleton present in. We uploaded the skeleton present in the converter, and in particular we used the the mannequin. Yeah, we use this thing. Boom. There's an insane amount of directories, but this is what it is. So yeah, so we uploaded to Mixamo the skeleton present in the converter, then we downloaded the animation from Mixamo and placed it in incoming, right? And we placed it in incoming FBX, right? Incoming FBX in the converter. Then we converted. Then we did what? Then we imported importing Unreal. Yeah, basically this. Importing Unreal using the thingy, and then we retarget to our skeleton, right? So that is basically the way. Now we have to do this last step of retargeting, right? And see if it works. But if it works with the Unreal mannequin, I'm confident that it will work. So the retargeter is this. And the skeleton is this. Huh? Ah, it's already this. It's already this. Okay, so falling down you. Yes. Which directory you're gonna copy that? You're gonna copy it into characters, PS template, new animations, so new actions. Okay, fine. Override existing fine, no. Include reference asset, no. Okay. So in theory here we have it with our skeleton. Yes, in fact our character, you can see like in between, is already using this, right? Okay, so this animation actually works, which is very nice. Very, very nice, my boys. Okay, so we have this thing that we can use. Okay, now the problem is that I will have to move the character after it's uploaded. That is not super easy because we have so we show the war portal, right? And can I take the character that I have? Can I take the character that I have in the character creation and move it in front of the camera of the war portal with this animation or not? Because this is what I want to do, huh? Because this is what I want to do. I mean, that is okay. But this is not okay. because here in between we need to get the character that we use I mean, we have a dummy character, right? It's the character that we use. The problem is, I don't even know if we have it here. Where the hell is that character? Where the hell is that character? Is the one that we placed in the character customization? In the character, yeah, in the character customization. So the character we have it. We have it in the warp. So we have it when we do. When we do the customization, right? No, when we do the no, not when we do the select, but when we do the custom, right? Yes, when we do the custom. Yes. Yes. So here we have the character in the screen. The problem is where is that character saved? Selected race character, set current traits. Okay, it's this guy. It's selected race character actually. There is an actor, there is a character object. And this can be cast to a PS character BP. So okay. It is inside what? It is inside character creation race. Character creation race. Unfortunately, here we are in another screen because here we are in character creation categories because we are way after, right? The but we can access, right? The we can access through the player controller. We can access through the player controller the character creation race, I assume. Yes. And in the character creation race, we can access the selected, selected race, no, selected race character. Okay, so this in theory is the character that we have customized and we have selected in the character creation. So I should have the right hair, you know, the right color, the right traits. It's only on the client, but it's perfectly fine, right? I think this one, by the way, already has the physics disabled because it's not falling down. So I think what we have to do now, how do we play an animation on this guy, right? So that's the problem. How do we play an animation? Can we play a well, we can play a montage on this guy. So if we create a montage for falling down, that would be enough. Now, do we want to create a new montage or do we want to use an existing montage? Well, I don't think we're gonna use that falling animation for pretty much anything else. So you can probably have a dedicated montage to that. So So we create animation montage. Okay. In the animation montage, we only have one, which is the default, which is this thing. And this thing should have a loop, right? Should have the next animation. How did you do that? Yeah, this should be looping, right? Forever. It should be looping forever. And after that, so we select our falling down hue montage, and the starting section is default. Now the problem is that we have to move the character the problem is that we have to move the character somehow in front of the camera, right? So all this will happen way later. So we do this, and then we have to set the location of this actor to be pretty much the location of the camera minus certain amount, I don't know. So we have the camera warp, we have the warp camera variable somewhere, right? Oh no, we just do this brutally. Okay, we do this brutally. Fine. I mean, would have been easier. Right, it's fine. So we get the camera position, and from the camera position we do a get location, and I would say that from the location we do some changes, right? Because we want the character not to be exactly in the face, right? But we'd like to have the character. By the way, is this happening? Is this happening also in the case of skip or not? Yes, it's happening also in the case of skip, because actually the skip is then done inside of this. So it is happening in all cases. So now the only question is where the hell do we so this is the positive X, right? There is the positive X. So if I go current camera location plus, oh my god, why there are two? Plus something. Warp camera. I don't understand why we have two cameras. Why we have two cameras? BP purple warp, camera warp. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to change it now because I don't want to break that. I don't know why we have two. Maybe there is a reason. Or maybe I was just testing, you know. I was just testing some different effects, but it is fine. So we take this position and we add about what? 200? There is 4,136. It's yeah, I think 300. We can try 300 and see what happens. Now the character may be big, so we may have to scale it. So we add about 300 on the X and everything else remains the same, right? We had about 300 on that. So we are basically doing a sequence manually, but fine. I think I will leave it disconnected for now because we don't want this to go on and create a character. I think we just want to test this and see how it looks. Right? But hey, this Terribilis thing actually worked, huh? Which is fantastic. Fantastic! Let me just see if we have all the animations saved. Podium has been changed. No, I mean just because I moved the camera. But then I put it back in place. Right? Didn't change anything, so we don't want to save that. So do we have another phrase after that? You feel your body. You feel your body shatter, right? You feel your body shatter in P. You feel your body shatter. You feel your body shatter like a crystal. Shards scattering around. Okay, I just said another phrase because we need 1 second. I'm going to the bathroom and coming back. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. We have to create a new character.
Here the story begins. Someone special was born, far away from where his mission would be accomplished. The Clyros from Eskelia, a land of vast oceans and small, rocky islands, are an amphibious race. Those scaled and bear eggs to continue their long-lived line. Incredibly enough, those planets had something in common.
Okay, let's see what happens, guys.
Spoke of their zodiacs in a shared ancient
Let's
tongue,
see what happens.
revealing their meaning. In the world of Eskelia,
Fuck!
the sea stretched as far as the eye could see. Rocky land masses sporadically broke the surface.
Yeah, there are two skip.
Clinging to the steep valleys amidst rugged crags. Only winged creatures who had the ability to soar from island to island could have a successful existence.
There are two separate skip. One which is skipping this,
The hemisphere where
and the second that is skipping
and glaciers and
the Draken Plain completely.
while the seas receded, stealing away life.
So
Determined to survive, the Clyros devised plans to salvage what they could from the land. Howling blizzards ravaged Eskelia, smothering it in snow and ice.
where is Hula these days? Hula completely disappeared.
Hollowed homes, vital fishing grounds, and lives.
I have to wait this to finish.
Many perished or vanished, never to be seen again. Amidst the chaos, some decided to take cover in the greater chasms, while others remained on the surface.
This picture is actually pretty cool.
Death by the unknown or by the cold.
You know, we made these pictures when AI was not yet developed enough.
Villages, embarking on an intrepid exploration of their shattered world.
The question is, will we do this now with AI?
Its final chapter.
Maybe.
Word of the discovery of a magic portal spread throughout all of the population. The elders gathered.
Maybe yes.
Vestinted Creeks, a brave hunter, to venture through the portal. His courageous decision to accept
We have to
the
wait
challenge
this to finish because I didn't
inspired
skip.
countless others to follow his lead.
Doesn't work. For whatever reason, it doesn't work. It is there. So the character is here. So the character has been moved, but first of all, it's not in the right place. So it's like behind us somehow. And, right, and is using the, I think we need to switch the animation blueprint. We need to switch the, how it's called. Yeah, but actually the character got teleported there. It's just in the wrong position. We have to change the animation mode. We have to change the animation mode. Yes, on the main mesh. And we have to set it to use animation asset, correct? Wait a second, let me move all of this. So selected character mesh. So I think if we do this, it will actually switch from using the standard ALS to the montage that we want, right? But I think we have to also say animation class. So if I go animation asset, what can I select? I can select a montage, or I can select, no, I can select directly the fall down, right? I think so. Yes, I can select directly the falling down. Can select directly the falling down. So if I do animation mode asset, animation to play, I think it's probably even simpler. I think probably I don't even need the montage then. Okay, why we have this problem of the position though? Which is a bit strange. I mean, the character has been moved pretty much in this position, but it's not exactly. Because if I rotate only, it seems to be 2 meters in the wrong direction, right? Pity that we don't see the camera. But for sure there is a positive x. There is positive x, right? It's not negative x. I mean, we can try 10 meters and see what happens. We can try 10 meters, but it's a bit weird though. Because this is x, for sure. X plus 3 meters, right? We can try 10 meters and say, but it's kind of strange. But I think we should first set the location and then the animation. No, the opposite. We first set the animation and then the location. Yeah, correct. So we see it only when it's already having the right animation, huh? Okay. I'm trying 10 meters now. If it's the wrong, we'll just do minus instead of plus. I don't understand why, because in theory that's the positive x. I mean, we know that it's the positive x because we try to move this one forward and we see that the value of, well, unless this is local, right? Transfer gizmo. Okay, that's the negative x then. Yeah, I was in local space. Yeah, it's negative x. Okay, we got it. So it's minus 300 instead of plus 300. I was looking at the wrong. So I think 300 is okay then. So we will do a minus. It may be very big in front of us. Well, let's try 400. I think it will be more than 400 anyway at the end, because we may have to scale him. We may have to scale him significantly. Do we want to try to scale him already? Yeah, let's try to scale him already, so we do only one test. If I scale, I don't know if I want to scale the mesh or I want to scale the wall actor. Probably the wall actor. I will try to scale it 0.5 and see what happens. Now I don't know if we want him to move, right? But maybe he's enough. Now he will have to be rotated though, because this way he will look like he's falling down, while we want it to fall. Do we want him to look? Do we want him to look like this? Or do we want him to look like this? I think we want him to look like this, right? Exactly. So if we want him to look like this, we have to rotate him 90 degrees. And I don't know if rotating the mesh is enough, or we have to rotate, because if I rotate the mesh... Yeah, but basically I have to rotate him. I basically have to rotate him minus 90. I have to rotate him minus 90 on the X, right? The problem is that if I do set actor rotation, because this character actually is already rotated somehow. I think it's already rotated, so we have to take the rotation of the camera. We have to take the rotation of the camera or not? Well, yeah, it will be better. We will actually be better because the camera is pointing. So yeah, it would be better to take the rotation of the camera and work from there, right? Yeah, I think that would be better. So we take this. So we take this. Well, I can also do it. I can also do it here. Well, I would like to do. Yeah, it's fine. So we rotate him 90 degrees compared to the camera. Well, I don't know, because the camera is looking that direction. I think if we take the rotation of the camera, get actor rotation, I think we have to rotate it. I think you have to take this and rotate it 180 degrees on the jaw, right? I think we have to rotate it 180 on the jaw and then 90 on the pitch, minus 90 on the pitch, something like that. I don't know, we can try. So this will be the new rotation of our thingy. Yeah, and then we set the location. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me try like this. Yeah, I'm not saving by purpose all the other files because we don't want to change the rotation of our main character like this or anything else, right? So these are not saved. And we don't want to change anything here as well. So let's see how it looks with the scaling. I have to remember to skip, huh? If we don't skip, we...
And here the story begins. Someone special was born, far away from where his mission would be accomplished. This race of elves come from the homeworld of Demoria, a world of lush forests towering over deep seas. They're a long-lived elven race with short, slim... Incredibly enough,
We are
those
skipping, huh?
planets had something in common. Elders of each spoke of their zodiacs in a shared ancient tongue, revealing their meaning.
Okay. Well, I mean, not bad, but it's not moving. It's not moving. Why is not moving? I think it's not moving because probably he executed the animation only once. So we have to set the... I think we have to set, instead of setting the animation, I think we should set the montage. Can we set a montage instead of the... It was already looping though. That's kind of strange. That is strange, huh? Because falling down montage. Let's try to so let's go with the montage, and also let's explicitly call the play, right? Which anyway is not, it's not bad, right? It's not doing anything problematic. The sides, I think the sides was a bit too big. I think it would be very nice if it would move a bit, right? If it would move a bit, but move a bit meaning going forward, right? Going forward, but I think it's okay. I think we can leave without. Holy shit. Let me try like this again. Let me see if this is the sides. I don't know, the sides was not too bad, but the rotation was wrong, right? The rotation was wrong. So I have to do minus 90 instead of plus 90. She was also upside down for whatever reason. Let me do plus 90 instead of minus 90 and see what happens. And maybe I will slightly reduce the sides. I think it was taking a bit too much of the screen, right? I think we can go scale. Let's do 0.4, which anyway is a 20% less, so it's pretty big. I mean 25. Ba-da-da-dum. How did this guy lose the his stuff in the dungeon? I don't know. He just dropped it randomly. Oh. I didn't check if we are not seeing the Draken plane anymore at the beginning, but in theory we should not see it
Here the
anymore.
story begins. Someone special was born, far away from where his mission would be accomplished. This race of elves come from the
This
home
race of elves.
a world of lush forests towering over deep seas. They are a long-lived elven race with short, slim physiques. They exhibit copper or amber-colored skin and brown to reddish hair. Incredibly enough, those planets had something in common. Elders of each
Incredible,
spoke of
huh?
their zodiacs in a shared ancient
Ah!
revealing their meaning.
It works. It works. Should the animation be a bit faster, maybe? Yeah, the problem is that there is no light, right? And so the result is that you cannot see your character much. I think we can make it smaller. I don't think it will last much, right? So it's just you going through the portal this way now. Or I can also put a light, right? I can put a light in front. Yeah, we can put a light in front. And well, I think we can make it smaller, by the way. I think we can make it a 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. But probably we can also add a light in the face. So that is... if I add a light, it will not affect anything else, right? I guess. No, I don't think so. The only question is this in the podium map? Yeah, it's in the podium map. Yes, it is. So if I add a light in the same position... What the hell? There is a hailstorm outside? There is ice coming down. Wait. Yeah, there is. Holy crap. Insane. There is ice coming down. Absolutely crazy. So there is 1 meter. 664. Wait, what? 703. 703. 703. So this is a meter. 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters. So we place the character about 4 meters away. So I think if we place a light here, the problem is that I think the light should be purple, no? I think the light should be... What happened? Yeah. So we'll be roughly that far away. I think we may be fine. And now we have to save though. Now we have to save, my boys. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra-ra. Pa-pa-pa-ra-pa-ra-ra. What the fuck is this thing? Likely in all of this we are not creating characters.
And here the story begins. Someone special was
Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra-ram. I'm trying different characters so I see how they look, right?
From the homeworld of Demoria, a world of lush forests towering over deep seas. Primarily living underwater and on shorelines, the elegant and muscular Northria are incredibly enough.
No! Did I skip or not? Oh shit.
Elders of each spoke of their zodiacs
I didn't
in a shared
skip.
ancient
I didn't
tongue,
skip.
revealing their meaning.
I skipped. Nice! Wow, with the light in front is so much better. Aha! I don't know if the animation should be... I don't know if the animation should be faster or not. I don't know if animation should be faster or not. Animation should be faster. Actually, we can speed it up, right? I think the speed is... I think the speed of the animation is something that we can actually control because without changing the animation, right? So it's just a matter of saying there is even a play rate, right? So there is the playback speed. So we could even we can just increase it from here, right? We can increase it to 20, but we can increase it by 20%. What? Is the character too big or what? How do you see this? So basically now, what should happen, right? While you are falling down, and this is you falling down, right? There should be a voice or something, or the narrator, maybe the narrator, right? The narrator should say, the narrator should say, the narrator should say, but something went wrong. But something went wrong, right? Yeah, it should really say, but something went wrong. But something went wrong, right? I don't know if I have to say, should I use the past or should I use the present? Maybe this is the present, right? So maybe this is the present. So the point is that now we should have a kind of an animation. This would be a nice screensaver. Now what I would like to have, your body shattered into pieces. That's not very simple though. That's not very simple. I would like to have your body shattered into pieces. Yeah, how do we do that? So I need that's not very easy. I need basically, so or we have a shader for or we do an Igara shader for destruction, right? There are many. There are a number, right? I think we also downloaded a few. Do you remember that we paid something? When was that? We paid, I think, a creator on YouTube or on Patreon. And we downloaded a bunch of yeah, the problem is, where the hell is that now? Where the hell is that now? Absolutely no idea. I don't think I can find it now. I don't think I can find it. Okay, anyway. The question is, can we apply an effect to a character to actually shatter it? I remember the Niagara
Hi guys,
can
I am Asif Ali and you're watching CG How video, and today I have created this break effect in Unreal Engine 5 Niagara. You can break anything like this bottle or this shield. You can break anything in this, just you need to change the texture and it will work accordingly. So let's start this tutorial how I created this. So I start with this empty project in Unreal Engine 5. I don't have anything here right now. So first of all, I need a texture. So if I'll Google, I'll just save this bottle texture to my desktop.
So it's basically, so we will need then a
I
screenshot of
import
that.
this
Can we screenshot a
and let
character?
glass,
It will never
or
work.
I think I should take a free. You can, yeah, good for me.
It's
Just
just
click
browsing the
and
bottles, yeah.
let me just re-import this. So I have this free texture. Now I will create a material from this.
So why? Why is the trailer?
Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali, and on my CG How YouTube channel recently I made membership videos only. So this is the membership only videos list here, and if you click play all, you will find this playlist and you can see number of tutorials available. So 822 tutorials are.
I see.
Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching.
So it's you have to pay for it. It's not much. I mean, it's just $2 to see it. We could pay it, but it's the same guy, right? That is doing.
Hello guys, in this video we are going to continue the previous video and create a broken mesh effect.
Wow.
Okay, first
What was that?
and create video and create a broken mesh effect.
Wow.
We need to create a mask module to gradually spawn the mesh from top to bottom. Add a particle position, and we need to transform position world to local. Then add a break position because we only use Z axis. Okay, add a make position, and we need a normalized distance range. Use this function, we can calculate the normalized distance.
I was thinking, do you think that we can just increase the light on the mesh? Because actually, it's like applying the shade, because we apply already a shader, right? When we are in the Draken plane. And that is basically, so that is basically changing everything on the mesh. So if we let me see, how do we do that? Actually, I don't remember. How do we apply the Draken plane shader on everything? I have no idea. I don't remember at all. we do it in BP Sky. No, if we do it in BP Sky, no, we don't do it in BP Sky. Don't remember if we change it when we receive the ambience, or how we do that. I don't remember. Did it a long time ago. No, it's not here. What I'm searching. I'm searching the. Ah, wait. I know where to find it. Know where to find it because actually we have. Yeah. I know where to find it. If we go in any of the triggers. If you go in any of the triggers, trigger shard, right? So the trigger shard should also change the color of the character. Should also change. No? Fuck. I think it did. Actor overlap. Actor hidden in game. Get display. Do we have 3 shards? Check 3 shards. Then it comes here. Play sound. Set actor. Set. Emitter enable. Particle system component activate. Activate the portal. Ah, because this one is the 3 shard. I got the only one. That is not a good one. I got the only one that is different. This one, yeah. Actor begin. Check shard. Shard already found. Found emitter. Add shard. Add shard. Delay. Play voice. Maybe it's in add shard. No shit. Ay. Ay. It was not here. It was not here. It was not here. Fuckerinos. It was not here. Maybe it's here. Shade the character based on the number of shards they got. Okay, nice. Drakenplane shading. Drakenplane shading. Drakenplane shading based on... Exactly, this is what I was searching for. Drakenplane shading based on the shard found. Temp skin darkness, temp skin darkness, temp skin darkness, temp skin darkness, set skin luminosity, set skin luminosity, yeah, exactly. And that's it, or what? No. Then we do for each skeletal mesh inside get component of my guy. For each material, custom material, dynamic material, temp skin darkness, skin luminosity. Yeah, so if we, I think what we can do, if we, now I'm not 100% sure that it will work also with light, but I would say yes. So my idea is this. We convert this function to, well, we convert this function, right, from here down, and we pass in two parameters, right? We pass in the skin luminosity and the skin darkness, right? And then, so basically, this function becomes separate from this, right? And this will be this will be change luminosity, change character luminosity or something like that. Change character luminosity. In reality it's luminosity and skin, but change character skin luminosity. Let's call it like this, it's fine. This will have two parameters, right? One is skin darkness, and is what? Is a float. And then skin luminosity is a color. There is a linear color, right? Linear color structure. Okay. So now so now instead of using that, you will use this, right? We go here, we go here, we go here. Okay, so now this function is usable. Is usable also from the outside. Set skin darkness and luminosity based on set skin and luminosity. Okay, it's fine. Change character luminosity. Okay, so now here we do this, and we use tempa skin darkness luminosity. Okay. So we do this and this. And then, okay, so this basically works as it was, right? But now we can call this function in another case, right? And my idea would be that we call it with a timer, and we make it brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter until it becomes like completely white. I don't know if it's possible, but it should be possible if we go crazy values, right? So the idea would be that from here we start a timer. I think that from here we start a time. We have a function with timer or something, right? Ah, fuck! We cannot pass the parameter. No. Well, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can have it global. It's fine. We can have it parameter global. So there will be a timer by function, right? Timer by function name that is running like every 10 milliseconds. I mean 0.1 seconds or 0.2. So it should run like 4 times, 5 times a second, maybe 0.2. 5 times a second, something like that. So yeah, so with that speed, and this function will be called character explode effect. No, it's not really character explode, but fine. And this character explode effect will do the following. We'll take this because we need this, right? We need the character. So it is the same. It is the same. And on the character we call change luminosity. No. Why? And on the character we call change luminosity. Yeah. And we call it, now the only problem is to decide the values, right? So how can I see the effect of this without restarting everything all the time? Well, can I apply to this guy? Can I apply to this guy the effect or not? I mean, let's do it on the wings. I think the wings is easier. So if I do it on the wings, I mean, we should have a parameter which is skin darkness, and the second one, why is not here? Skin darkness and luminosity color. Skin darkness and luminosity color. But it's not here, bro. What do you mean? Huh? What? You serious? What do you mean? What do you mean? luminosity. Luminosity color. Yeah, it is a parameter, no? It is a parameter, luminosity color. Why we don't, I'm blind or what? I'm blind. Ah, it was here. It was hidden here. Okay, so we have skin darkness and okay, so if I go skin darkness and I go 0.2, it becomes darker. If I go 2, does it become brighter? Ah, very nice. Ah, very nice. Ah, very nice. So we can actually go up until your skin is burning. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. So, and in theory we could even add a color, which can be the same pink, right, that we had. Yes. So, okay, this is kind of good. Now it must go from darker to... Yeah, that may be harder to do, but... Yeah, but basically if we play with these two parameters here, we can have an effect like your skin is absorbing energy to the maximum, right? So like crazy like this, right? And becoming super white and super purple. So the only problem is The only problem is let me close a bunch of stuff. Is how to keep track of this increment, right? How do we keep track of this increment? Well, we can put two variables, right? And two temp variables. I mean, that's okay. So we can do a temp darkness and temp luminosity. Even if we have them already, because we had them, wait a second, we have them already because we set them as temp in the shard. No, we have it in the shard, right? We had it in the shard, not here. Yeah. So we can call it temp darkness, which is a float, and we can have another one that is temp luminosity. Which is linear color, right? Linear color. So the only thing that we have to be sure is that when we are so before going into this timer function, right, we need to set these two to a normal value. So so darkness will be 1. And luminosity, darkness will be 1. So if you do 1, there is no change, right? If I do 1, yeah, there is no change. And if I do a luminosity color, if it's 0, 0, 0, there is no change. So that should be the default. The default should be this and this. So it should start from there, right? Darkness and luminosity color, exactly. Now after this, we go into this function and no. we go into this function, and this function will start to increase. Now the problem is, how much do we increase though? Because we have to get the current value. So we go through this, we go through this 4 times a second, right? 4 times a second we go through this. So, hello chat. Hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So we have to basically do, we have to basically set the darkness equal to the current darkness plus something, right? So if we do it 5 times a second, and we want to go from what? We want to go from 1 to 9, because 9 is basically exploding. Right, 9 is like this. I mean, we can even go higher than this. We can go 12. I don't know, 12 seems to be already fairly crazy. So we can go, so if we have to go from 1 to 12, what do we do? We do temp darkness equal to temp darkness plus temp darkness, remember, that starts at 1, right? So we add what? We add 0.2. If we add 0.2 every 0.2 seconds, it means that we add 1 every second, right? So in 10 seconds you will be fully white. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So we do this. Now I think we should set a limit though, so that after a certain value it doesn't go anymore, right? So I think this should happen only if this is not, if this is below 12 or something, right? So that we don't go above, otherwise it will become completely white. So if it's below 12, we actually do this. If it's not below 12, if it's not below 12, we will skip this. But maybe here we can trigger the next event, right? So when this is finished, so this will basically wait the finish, and then we can trigger here the next event. But we also have to change the color. So the color will be, can we multiply a color by another color or no? Can we do get, can we do set of this thing? Can we do set with, can we multiply? No, can we add? Can we add a color with another color? Seems we can. Okay, that's nice. So if I add, so in the same way, right? If I add a bit of purple, that will not really work, I think. I don't think that adding a bit of purple will actually do anything. I mean, we can try, but I mean, if you go with such a big value, it will become like purple so quickly. Maybe we can set it to a value. Yeah, that would be probably better. The problem is that it starts here, right? It starts at 0. So maybe we can try after I don't know, 6 seconds to set it like this. It will be a bit of a change though. But we can say something like, yes, if the current darkness is greater than whatever value we want, I don't know, like 3, then we change the color to this. If it's greater than, well, in theory we should start from the highest, right, and go down, otherwise it's not gonna work. Yeah, exactly. Okay, fine. So we say if this is greater than, I don't know, 6. Can you copy paste this? No. If it's greater than 9, 6, and 3, right? Let's try to do like 3 points. So if it's greater than 9, my color will go fairly crazy. We'll go like here maybe. If it's 6, we'll go here. And if it's 3, we'll go there, right? These two look pretty much the same, but in reality, they are not. And so the false goes here. And then these ones go yeah, and here we have obviously our temp luminosity, our temp darkness, right? We go inside of this, okay. And after we do this, what do we do? After we do this, so when we are here, when we are here, we just go there, right? So we just go here, and here we go here. Yes. Okay. No, because I didn't connect. I didn't connect this. I didn't connect this. Okay, so now it should be greater than 9, greater than 6, greater than 3, right? They are all exclusive, so only one of those will trigger. And then we will change the luminosity. So this is happening continuously. Now here, when this happens, right? When this happens, we can have for now just the print, but this will be the shutter effect, right? That I don't know how I will do it. I have 0 ideas at the moment, but I will think about it. So this will be shutter character. This will be shutter character. So for now, let's put a printout here and let's say shutter. Okay, boom, kaboom. Okay, let's see what it does like this, which is already more than what we were doing before. So basically what we want to see, I don't have to save anything else. What I want to see, I want to see my character flying a bit faster than before because we increased the playback speed, and then we want this to kick in and we want our character to become brighter and brighter and brighter. And then after that, I will need to create a kind of a shutter effect that I don't know how to do, but at that point we will be nearly completely white. So I think if I create an effect of, and I did, well, white, purple. If I create an effect of shutter and then I just hide the character, I think that will be enough. Right? Because the particle will probably cover completely the character anyway. So now the problem will be to have a kind of a shutter effect. That I don't know how
Here the
we will.
story begins. Someone special was
I don't know how we will do it.
far away from where his mission would be accomplished.
No idea.
Proud and stout stone hammers are quite short, at most reaching 150 centimeters. Hailing from the harsh homeworld of Finargan, these indigenous dwarves built their wondrous, isolated
First name is
cities
already in use.
within mountains and
Lanara?
cliffsides
Okay.
to escape the Incredibly enough, those planets had something in common. Elders of each
I didn't
spoke
skip.
of their zodiacs in a shared ancient tongue.
I didn't skip. I know I skipped. Is it becoming whiter? Not at all. In theory, it should become whiter in about 10 seconds, but it seems or it's already super white or something didn't work. It's possible that the time it takes to load. Did we see the shutter? Because if we see the shutter printout on the client, it means that we arrived there, right? Because we print it anyway, right? We print it, so if we also if we didn't do anything, we print it. No? No, only if we are above 12, we print it once, and then we have to destroy the timer. So the timer should not run anymore, right? So we have to stop the timer. So the timer needs to be saved somewhere, and then we need to invalidate it. Otherwise this timer will run forever. This will be a shutter timer. And yeah, we save it here, and then after we reach 12 we invalidate it. Otherwise we continuously call the same function over and over, right? Strange though that it's strange that it happened instantly. Strange that it happened instantly. Strange. But we can do here an invalidate and clear. So this will never run again. Which is what we want. But it's kind of strange that we reach this immediately. So I'm adding 0.2 and this function runs every 0.2 seconds, right? So every second I'm adding 1. So in theory that thing should last 12 seconds, right? This should last 12 seconds. I don't know why it lasted less. Maybe because this started immediately and No, because he started here at the end, right? So that's a bit strange. Or I did something stupid in here, or Temp Darkness. Temp Darkness starts at 0, right? No, starts at 1. It is 0 because it's the default, but we set it to 1. We set it to 1 here, right? We set it to 1 here. So Temp Darkness is 1 and Luminosity is there. So we go through this. We add 0.2 and we set it here. And we go through again and again and again and again. So in about 10 seconds, we should see the character becoming extremely whiter, right? It's true that he has a light on his face. And plus there is that background, right? So maybe is showing, I mean, I can go, okay, let me try to do it very, very slowly, like 0.05. So this means that if we do 0.05, it means that it will take us like 20 seconds, no more, 40 seconds to actually see, to actually complete the cycle, right? It will be very slow. Hello, Agent 258. I never saw this done without a for each loop counter. Is there a for each loop counter? No, there is no for each loop counter. What do you mean for each loop counter? What do you mean? I mean, it cannot be a for each loop because this is called by a timer function. Right? It is called by a timer, so I cannot loop. I mean, you know, is an event, is a timed event.
And here the story begins. Someone special was born. Far away from
Someone
civilization.
special was born.
This race of robust humans claimed to be the first to arrive in Iliakum.
Iliakum.
Hailing from Ginori, incredibly enough, those planets had something in common. Elders of each spoke
Okay,
of their
wait. Let's
zodiacs
go
in
full
a shared
screen.
ancient tongue, revealing their meaning.
Is this becoming whiter or not? Yes and no. Maybe yes. Maybe no. But yeah, the face is definitely becoming whiter. The body's also. I don't know why there is this texture shit there. Yeah, the face is definitely becoming whiter, but the air is not becoming whiter at the same speed. Did we see the shutter or not? Did we see the shutter? Yeah, we saw the shutter, so we reached the maximum now. Okay, let's try to do it differently. Let's try to do it that he has to be less than 50. And we go 0.5 at a time. So in theory the texture should burn completely. I wanted to leave him a bit in that position, you know, without coloring, and then starting the coloring after some time. So how can we do that? Well, we can delay on. Yeah, maybe let's do this. Let's delay. Let's delay the start of the timer actually. So let's add a delay of I don't know, 4 seconds. So you see. So you see this thing moving for a bit without this going in, right? You cast to character every 0.05 seconds. No, 0.5. No, 0.05. Yes. But you know, casting is super quick. Unfortunately, timer function do not get parameters, so you cannot cast first and then pass it through, right? Because a timer is just a timer, so it's calling something, but it doesn't understand. I mean, I could do that. I could put this in a temporary variable if you want, right? I could put this block in a temporary variable inside my. Yeah, actually, I can do that. I think it's easy enough. We can say selected character, and we can say PS character BP. Yes. Yes. And then, well, here we don't even need it. We need it only at the end when we do this. And then we can do that call. We can do that call here, which by the way we already have because we have this, right? We already have this, so we just have to set it to the selected character. If that makes you feel better. I'm not doing it anymore. Because it has to be cast to PS character BP. There's never enough space, boys. Does this make you feel better or not? So we do it only once. We do this only once and then we pass it as a parameter to the function. Okay, let me see if we go like this. So now we will go very high. You will replace it with a for loop, and then what you do? You do delay. I mean, it's exactly the same. The delay is nothing else than a timer function. So if you do a for loop, right? What do you do inside the loop? You use delay, or what do you use to actually make it not instant, right? Because we want the thing to go every 0.2 seconds.
And here the story begins. Someone special was born, far away from where his mission would be accomplished.
No delays. No delays, bro. You will have the character fully white instantly, which is not what we want. We want the character to become white slowly.
Native to
Understand?
the large underground cave located beneath the unexplored planet's surface. The Kran were created. Incredibly enough, those planets had something in common. Elders
So it's
of
done
each
with a
spoke
timer
those
because we
subjects
have
in
to
a
do
shared
it
ancient tongue,
slowly.
revealing their meaning.
Yeah, it's starting to become whiter and whiter and whiter and whiter. Let's see the maximum white. Wow, still going. Still going or not? Did we see the shutter? Shutter now. I don't know if it's a good effect though. Timer at 2.20 second and you clear handle after done. So I'm doing the timer every, I'm doing the timer here, right? I'm doing the timer every 0.2 seconds. Not 0.02. So five times a second this thing is called, right? Set timer by event is the same. Function or event is the same. I mean, it's just if you want to have it as a function or as an event like this, right? The benefit of the function is that the function is fully executed before exiting, while the event is not. So if you do it by event, you may end up in a more messy situation where your event is executing the next one, right, without starting. So, but I don't understand what you want to solve, right? This is working. So what do you want to solve? That is perfectly working. Why you need it differently? So I don't know if the white. I mean, I don't know if I want to go the. I don't know if. I think maybe if we start the particle effect. Also, I think that the purple is not purple enough. But I think that it's becoming so white that probably the purple is kind of lost. I think probably the initial light also is a bit too much. Let me try again. Let me try to lower a bit the light that we have. Dry can play. Code efficiency? Why do you think that I mean, what the code needs to do is to call a timer 5 times a second, right? So if you do it inside a function, inside an event, outside is exactly the same. You're just calling a timer every 0.2 seconds. So where is the efficiency coming from? So I want to change the light, but now I have to find it. This light. I want to change the light maybe to be slightly less strong, because I think at the moment is let's do like half of this light and see if it's any better. And I think we will have to start then a particle effect. I think it would be very nice if there is an effect of energy being drained, right, somehow. So so like your character is here, and there is a kind of an effect of energy going inside, right? I'm thinking if we already have something like this or not. You call it once instead of each time, like you mentioned. I'm calling the timer once, but then the timer loops and calls the same timer again, right? The timeline is way more granular, so maybe less efficient than a timer, right? So if you use a timeline, the timeline has a granularity which is basically the one of the for loop. So it's basically at every frame is executing the timeline. Now it will be smoother, yes, but it will be less efficient for sure. So I have to think if I have an effect that is throwing energy inside. I don't think so. Well, we have one that is called ant weight. Maybe I can reuse that one. Ant weight. No, it's called weight. Wait. He appeared for a second. Ant weight, this one. This one is pushing outside. Can I do the reverse of this? Can I do the reverse of this? I mean, I can, but it's not super quick. Basically, we need a concentrate. We need to generate over a circle, and then we need to attract in the middle. Let me see if I have something. Let me see if I have something, huh? No. No. Because if I can start from something already existing, it's 10 times easier. Oh wow. This is kind of nice though. If I take this and make it purple. That's one option. No. This is going straight. I have nothing that implodes. Actually, we have a spell called implosion. No, we implode something. No, Antwait, I think it is. No, I don't think I have something. Ah, wait. Nah, this one is the same. This one is the same. This one is very weird. My watch and be silent. No, you can suggest, but that one I think is working, so I'm not gonna touch it. You can suggest all you want. It's just that that one is already working now. I want to move on and do some trying to add a particle effect on it. But I don't think I have anything to start from that is similar. I don't think I have anything similar to that. I think like if we start from this and we make it the opposite, I think it's a bit of what I was thinking, right? And we make it purple. We can try. We can try. So this one is Death Realm Exit. We can, where is this? Is under Game Particles. We can duplicate it and see what we can do. Let's call it warp implosion. Warp implosion. Okay. So the first problem is that the so it's starting on a sphere already. Okay, no, because this is the glow. Okay, this is the glow. So let's do only the particles, right? Ah yes, the particles are this one. So it's starting on a sphere. And the sphere is what? The sphere is that. Okay, in our case the sphere will be larger, but anyway, then the velocity, right, is using a local vector field. Relative transform rotation. Is this something that is always facing the camera? Yeah, it's always facing the camera. It's always facing the camera. Okay. So if we do minus instead of plus, will that do anything? Seems not. How is it possible the minus 400 on the local vector field is not doing anything? It's not doing anything at all. Initial velocity is down, sides by speed is down, I mean is on but is not doing anything. Constant acceleration is down. I think it's coming from the vector field, unfortunately. I think it's coming from this vector field. I don't think we can reverse it. Let me try to put a -1 or a -100. No, it's not. What if I rotated 180 degrees? Nothing. I think with the fact that it's based on a vector field, we cannot really affect it. Intensity. See, so whatever I do is not changing anything. If I shut it down, it becomes like this. Yeah, but you see that the speed, you see that it's actually going out, right? Where we want this to go in. Which is a bit weird though, because it's I think we need an attractor. I think we need to basically put the speed to 0 and then we need an attractor in the middle, right? So we need to generate on now we have to redo it. This is not gonna work. This thing is not gonna work. I need just, okay, let me do it differently. This is not gonna work. I need just some floating particles, and then we can continue from there. This one I think is again a weird things. Yeah, like this one, for example, right? Why we cannot see? It's another vector field. I think I will start it from scratch then. Okay, we started from scratch. So let me add a new particle emitter. We will spawn on sphere. So the base location sphere. Well, can we do location ellipse or no? We can do cylinder, but cylinder. Okay, let's do sphere. Because in reality, I would like it to be not exactly right. So that is our sphere at the moment. Okay. It has a radius of 50, which is very little, so we want a radius maybe of 100. Now, I think there is a way to say that the distribution should be on the surface only. Yeah, exactly. There is a surface only, right? So surface only means that they all start on the surface of the sphere. And then we need an attractor, right? We need an attractor. Wait, no, not this. We need an attractor which is a point attractor. Point attractor which is in the middle. So it should be in 0, 0, 0. Yeah, exactly. And the strength will be, I don't know, 100, right? Will be 800. Lifetime seems to be too low. Okay, why my attractor is not working? Tractor position, strength, range. Okay, my attractor is working. Now, yeah, the problem is a bit of the distribution, right? But fine. I mean, I think they can leave less than 2 seconds now. They can leave maybe 1 second. Or they can leave between 1 and 2 seconds. Yeah, exactly. And the number of particles, the moment what we have? We have a rate of 20 per second. I think we can go 40 per second or more. Yes. And okay, now we just have to decide the particle type, right? Particle type, I don't know. Any spark I think is good. Any spark is good. So any spark, well, yes and no, but color Color, I definitely need a purple thingy. The problem is that this thing is not, no, this spark is not good because this spark is already colored, right? We need a completely white sparkle so that we can okay. I don't like it. I don't think it should be this way. I mean, it's not bad, but it looks a bit like Christmas, right? We have many sparks because we use them in many effects, so hopefully we can find one. This one is interesting. This one is interesting, but it's interesting anyway. I think this one probably is the one that I like the most because it looks a bit space, right? And since we are inside a warp, the only problem is that why is so dark? I mean, why is so dark? Super dark. I like this. I like the shape, but the it seems that unfortunately he has a transparency of some kind, right? I think unfortunately we have an well, the opacity is there for sure, but I don't know. I mean, it looks white here, but when I put it into the thingy, it's becoming very, 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 very dark. Hello, who joined? Hello, Tomorrowland. Hey. Welcome. Hello. Even if I put it full white, you see, it's becoming... So it's like if the original texture is... yeah, like this one is super bright, for example, right? What is the difference between the two? I think it's just the actual source, right? I think it's the source. Well, in this case, it's also putting in emissive. Maybe we can create a copy of this spark and make it more bright. Because if it's not bright, it will disappear. I mean, I'm pretty sure. It will completely disappear. Let me create a spark strong or something. And see if we can... if we can multiply this by... I don't know, can we just multiply by 2 and see what happens? Or... I don't know, because I'm multiplying the opacity. Huh? Can we go into emissive instead of going to opacity? What happens then? Ah, this happens. Can we do emissive and opacity at the same time? Let me see. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. We are making some particle effects for one cut, kind of a cutscene. I mean, it's not really a cutscene because we are not using the sequencer or anything else, but it's a kind of a cutscene at the beginning of the game when you are transported into the. Yeah, now it's definitely better. So there is the new spark and there is the old spark, right? You see the difference, so it's very good. Okay, I like it. I think I kind of like it. Now, I think that probably they are a bit too big. I think that the size is a bit crazy. Yeah. Some are bigger than others. Even if I have standard distribution. Why some are bigger than others? Huh? Ah, because they are generated on the sphere closer to us, right? Yeah, that's why. Can I have a circle instead of a sphere or no? Just a circle. I mean, not a sphere, because the sphere is generating also in our face. What I would like only to generate it. World offset. Pivot offset. Maybe if I use pivot offset, then it becomes a sphere or what? Pivot offset. Pivot offset. But pivot offset is a fixed point. It's not. No, it's not. What do we think it should be? I mean, what I needed a circle. I need to generate better on an ellipse. But I'm fine with a circle as well, right? I'm kind of fine with a circle. But if I do sphere, some are bigger than others, which may be fine, by the way. I mean, it's probably fine. Okay, it's probably fine. Let's keep it as a sphere. Let's keep it as a sphere. So can I now do... I mean, we could in theory do some rotation. We could do some, maybe I just deleted the initial velocity, but I'm thinking that maybe we can have initial velocity. And if we have an initial velocity, radial velocity, right? Because there is also the radial velocity. So if we have it, now that is too much, so the attractor cannot win this, right? Well, it can win if I make it stronger. Exactly. My problem is that I don't want a velocity, I want a radial velocity. Yeah, exactly. I want to... Let me see if I put all this to 0. And then I say radial velocity 40. No. It's not doing what I was thinking it would be doing. It's not doing what I was thinking it would be doing. PT. Wait, because maybe now my point attractor is too strong. Radial velocity. No, I think the radial velocity is just I think if we wanted swirl, we need to add the rotation, the orbit, right? We need to add the orbit. If we add the orbit, then there is a chance. But we need to add exactly. But the problem of the orbit is that it's super hard to control. It's super hard. So basically we want a velocity that is going let me think about it. Offset amount 10. Because they are basically orbiting on their trajectory, right? It's not that they are orbiting. Yeah. Rotation amount. So if I push it harder, but the rotation I put it as very, very, very small. Nah, they still don't do what we want it to do. Rotation rate 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. This is slightly better. So they kind of orbit, but not insanely. Yeah. So you see that they kind of yeah. It's becoming better. So that is with the orbit. This is without the orbit. You see that without the orbit, they're just going straight, while with the orbit, they kind of swirl around a bit. It's not much, huh? Yeah, but I can increase. Maybe now I went super low, right? Maybe I can increase. Yeah, exactly. Now I think that they're coming quick enough, so probably they should die before that. Exactly. And the color over life. So now if we have the color over life, I think that if we can go, are we already going alpha 0 or no? We don't have the alpha on the color over life. Why? do you mean? Well, if I go 0, 0, 0, then do they disappear or no? They don't disappear. There is no alpha on this? There is no alpha. I wanted this thing to actually because it's an emitter now. Because I have the emission. If I remove the emission, they will probably disappear. But with the emission, I think that, yeah, exactly. That's a problem. I see. Can I boost this value to 30 so that it becomes like super strong or no? No, it doesn't care. Yeah, the problem is that the emission is making it impossible to disappear, right? So but anyway, there will be a character there and they will look like they are absorbed. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. The only problem, guys, that I have to go. You have some question if I have time. Unfortunately, yeah, you can type your maybe in our Discord. If you join our Discord, I can answer to your question. But now, unfortunately, I have to go to dinner, and I will not be back later today. I will be back tomorrow. So tomorrow we can see each other again, and we can see each other at 9:30 p.m. European time. Uh-oh. The color is not working. She's interesting. She's interesting. Okay, I will finish it, but anyway. So we'll see each other tomorrow 9:30 p.m. European time. And yeah, if you want to connect to our Discord, I can answer your questions, no problem. And if you want to download our game is released, so you can go to our website, and the link is below, and you can just click on download now. You can download it for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. See you, boys! Bye bye. Have a good night.